What's going on, gentlemen? It's your boy E-Man coming to you from the Bronx. Today's topic is going to be a little different. I know in the MGTOW community we discuss a lot of what's going on with women, manipulation, of relationship, marriage, divorce, and that's great. You know, I love those videos. I'm pretty sure you guys love those videos, but today's going to be a little something different. It's something that I thought about today after having a long night. Now, guys, I've been a little bit open with you guys in this video, and I'm usually a private guy. I usually like to keep my business to myself, not because I think I'm better than anyone or not because I'm afraid to share myself with other people, but I just feel like a lot of times people have their own issues going on, and you know, we live in a world right now that is a bit chaotic. You know, there's a lot of people going through a lot of things, so sometimes just being a listening ear, you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty helpful. Sometimes it's just listen to people, man. You'd be surprised what they tell you. But today's topic is going to be about hobbies and why I feel that it's important for you as a man to have a hobby. Now, what I mean by hobby is not just going to the gym, right? The gym is cool. You know, you go to the gym, you build yourself, build your mind, and you know, I'm currently doing that right now, getting back into lifting weights. I was big into calisthenics, but right now I have some free time, so I'm lifting weights. But I want to start off by talking about my high school years. Now, if anyone in my channel is from the Bronx, I went to Lehman High School in the Bronx, and we had one of the best football teams at the time that I was there. And for my freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, and high school and senior year, I was basically practicing all day, at least 4 to 5 hours after school. So I would go to school. After school was practice. You know, there was days I did not want to go. There was days I even skipped. I'm not gonna sit here and be like I'm perfect. But why I did this was because it occupied my time. It benefited me mentally and physically. It helped me be part of a group. And even though I wasn't that social, and I wish I would have been more social, it helped me stay out of trouble. You know, now, you know, with my job, I hardly have any time for anything right now. It's gonna get better, but I've been training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the Bronx for over 9 years. I'm a purple belt under Justin Garcia in the Bronx in Jungle Gym. And originally I got into martial arts because I've been, like I said, I was always occupied with my time in high school. So when I graduated high school, I had a lot of free time because I was no longer part of any sports. And so any young Latino in the Bronx knows that sometimes having too much free time is a bad thing. So I started experimenting and drinking heavily and smoking and doing things that I wasn't really supposed to be doing, but I was doing it anyway because I was young and I had time and school was over. And during this time, I was doing absolutely nothing that benefited me. You know, I was still exercise, but when you exercise and you're consuming more calories than you're actually burning, it just leads to weight gain. Okay, you might gain some muscles depending on your workout regimen, but you're not gonna see the results you want because you are basically consuming too many calories, so you're gaining weight. And I realized that, hey man, I gotta do something with my free time. You know, I had a job at that time. I was working Madison Square Garden security, and you know, after I did my 8 hours, it was like, oh man, I'm so used to like doing something. So I went and I joined Muay Thai. And then I started training Muay Thai for almost half a year, and I got pretty good at it. My kicks were extremely powerful. My weight went down. I started doing intermittent fasting. You know, there's various intermittent fasting methods. There's the 18, there's the 16-8 rule where you fast for 16 hours and you eat about 8 hours. And then you have the eat stop eat method when you fasted 24 hours at least 2 to 1 times at the week, and then you would eat regularly. I was doing that, and I dropped down weight dramatically, and I was didn't look like a big guy. I was lean and mean, and I just had a lot of stamina. I'm trying to get back down to that. And so started training Muay Thai, and then my brother was training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the Bronx, and I never really was close with my brother, so I was trying to build a good connection with my brother. I was never big into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I was like, man, running around with guys, man, that's kind of like, whoa, you know, but I decided to give it a shot. I went in, I trained. I remember after almost a few months, I got my blue belt. I think less than a year, I got my blue belt. I got it in like, I think 8 months or something like that. It's a hard journey. And then I kept training, and I had to take a break to join the military, and a few things that I had to do to. I have always have to pause it. Right now, I'm currently pausing it because of my job. I can't make it. I don't want to keep paying every month and not using it, but I'm going back into it. But the 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 message behind it is the reason I realized today the reason why I train Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. It's not because I want to go out there and whoop someone's ass. It's not because I want to feel like a badass. It's mainly because when you have time, you need to manage it, and you don't get time back. Every day you're on this earth, you're getting older. Time is a precious thing, and you need to know as a man where you're gonna put your time at. And I decided at a young age, subconsciously or consciously, that I was going to put my time into training some type of martial arts to benefit myself, whether that's mentally or physically. And it got me a long way, guys. It kept me out of trouble. It got me in shape. And if trouble was to ever arise, I'll be a lot more prepared to handle it than the average guy. So now, since I paused my account and I'm not training, I've noticed that I like whiskey, man. So I drink a lot of whiskey, and I realized that I have to kind of stop, because it's not doing any type of good for my health, my mental state, and my physical state. And the reason why I feel nonchalant about it is because I have a lot of free time. And with that free time, sometimes comes trouble. And guys, I don't know about any of you guys. I know I have some new subscribers, and I'm really thankful you guys subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and hit the likes button. Comment, share your opinions. I want to hear from you. If you haven't trained any kind of mixed martial arts, I highly recommend you do. Okay, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is one of those martial arts that take a long time to master, but you don't end up mastering the art. The art ends up mastering you. And what do I mean by that? I mean that during the process of any martial arts, when you reach one level to the next, you grow mentally and physically. You take your body to a whole new level. You take your mental state to a whole new level. You start seeing things that you didn't know was there. You expand your mind. As men, the last thing you want to do is not pick up a hobby that's going to make you a better man. Going to the gym is great. A lot of guys do it with their spare time, and that's an excellent way. But I'm a big believer in picking up a skill, picking up something that's going to help you physically and mentally, right? A lot of times with our jobs, most of the times we're sitting down, we're maybe at a desk, unless you have a hard labor job like construction, then I totally understand. But majority of the people have an average office job or driving job, and a lot of times we need to put our bodies and our minds into work. And how do you do that? The best way to do that, in my opinion, is take up a martial arts. With this martial arts, I learned how to be patient. I learned how to, not freak out in certain situations that usually people freak out at. And it has changed me, and I miss it. I've been away from the mat for about let's say 3 months. I had to pause, and I know when I go back, it's gonna be hell, because it's one of those sports, man, where if you're not doing it on a consistent basis, you feel it. You feel it physically, man. You get drained. But we need to stop being complacent with life. I know that I'm over striving. I always want more, and sometimes wanting more can put you in a down and out stage where you're not reaching your potentials. So sometimes you're gonna have to kind of adjust your goals to reality so you won't overdo it. I know my goal is to become a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Now, is my goal to become the greatest black belt ever? That's up in the air, because a lot of guys that train martial arts, they usually become the best at it and are known as legends. They do it from night to day, from day to night. You're gonna have to dedicate yourself fully to the sport in order to be the best you could possibly be. And the only way you're gonna find out how good you can be is to actually train, you know? So you have to be there for more than an hour or two. You know, I'm the kind of guy that I would go to the gym and I'll train for an hour or two, and that's about it. You know, I'm not there 5 hours, 6 hours. I got some guys that I started with that are now professional fighters, and not in the UFC, but they're in different leagues, and they have a whole bunch of injuries and a whole bunch of issues. But I respect those guys for taking that route. That's a real tough route. That's a real brave route. I took a different route. I decided that having some type of income security was more important to me than just training and fighting and not really having any kind of security when it came to finances. And some say that it's a good decision, some say it was bad. I like to say things just happen for a reason. You can't control it, but you can only control how you feel about it. So guys, this main topic, this main video, I know I was rambling all over the place, and sometimes I do that. But this video is basically to let you guys know, man, get out there, do something different. Go out there. Don't concern yourself with women and cheating and all this other stuff, man. When you start to better yourself, you start to care less about women and all this other stuff that's going on as far as in the MGTOW community. And if you haven't checked out my previous video when I said that women are taking a back seat to what men are suffering now, this correlates to that. We as men need to start training ourselves to become better men, physically and mentally. And the only way you're going to do that is being part of a group, a circle of group men that are doing that as well, that are more experienced, that are where you want to be. And you need to get out of your shell and realize that you are a human being and you're not perfect. And the only way you're going to be the best you can be is by keep continuously failing at the things that you're not good at. So guys, this is your boy E-Man. It was a short video. I know I rambled, but it was just something that I thought about and I wanted to share with you guys. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up, or you can give me a thumbs down. Please comment whether it's negative or positive. Please let me know if there's anything you guys would like to ask me, so I can answer. And again, guys, I'm coming to you from the Bronx. Peace.